Welcome to the Keto Keep It Off podcast, the place where you find the unfiltered truth about what happens after losing a huge amount of weight and the challenges we all face in keeping that weight off, no matter how you did it. 100% facts, 100% experience, and 0% bullshit. And we always want you to feel inspired and motivated by our podcast. So, if there is a specific topic or question you'd like me to address, just let me know via our website, ketomethod.com, or any of our social media platforms. All of the details are below in the show notes. And please also let me know what you think. I love getting your feedback, and you know the drill. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Now, today, I'm going to talk about the diet industry and why diets simply don't work. Not only that, they have a damaging negative effect on our mental health and our self-esteem. I'm your host, Mel Harris. Welcome to this week's episode. Over the years, how many diets have you tried? I don't mean skimmed over, not half-heartedly flirted with. I mean really, really tried. You've followed the rules, you've bought the books, you've joined the group, you've logged the food, you've weighed yourself, you've promised yourself this time it would stick. Well, if you're anything like me, you'll have lost count. And remember, every single time there's always that little voice in your head saying, how come everyone else seems to manage this, but I can't? Well, let me stop you right there, because this isn't about you failing. Diets fail people. We do not fail diets. Diets do not work. And the biggest clue that proves that is hiding in plain sight. If diets did work, properly worked, long term, the diet industry wouldn't exist at the scale that it does. Think about that for a moment. The diet industry is worth billions and billions of pounds in the UK alone. It is a huge commercial machine. New plans every January, new rebrands, new buzzwords, new promises, but the same old cycle. And that doesn't happen when something works. You don't see a multi-billion-pound industry built around, curing broken bones or treating appendicitis, because once those things are fixed, people don't need to keep coming back. But you see, dieting and diet companies rely on repeat customers. It relies on people losing weight, then regaining it, then blaming themselves, and then coming back to try again. If diets truly solved the problem, the industry would shrink. Instead, it grows bigger and bigger every year. But before you start labeling yourself as a failure or naive or stupid or any other brutal label you can stick to, hear this. The true devil in this war of the pounds, that little puck that keeps you going round and round on a diet, fail, feel bad, diet, fail, feel bad, diet roundabout, is your very own biology. Let me say that again. The real devil in this is your very own biology, and the diet industry knows it. I swear it's got our biologies on a retainer. You see, when you lose weight, especially when you restrict calories, your body doesn't know you're trying to get into a smaller dress. It doesn't understand modern life because your body is operating on ancient wiring. When body fat wasn't something to get rid of, body fat was about survival. It was about our protection, keeping us alive through winters and food shortages or illness and pregnancy and injury. People who could store fat were the people who survived long enough to pass on their genes. So when your body senses weight loss, especially fat loss, It does not think, great job. It thinks, uh-oh, hang on, something's wrong here. We are losing our safety net. And that's when the protection mode kicks in. The brain goes into overdrive to slow down the loss, and it uses all our hormones to send us signals to make us think we are hungry. And we start thinking about and looking for food. In fact, we can think of nothing but food. It sets off every trigger it can to activate all the emotions that make us sabotage our own weight loss. It makes us feel tired. It makes us feel anxious. It even slows down our metabolism and burns fewer calories in order to conserve our energy. Now, all the while, what it's really doing is stopping us from losing more weight. And when it really gets going, it even makes us regain the weight until it feels satisfied that our fat stores are no longer running low or in need of replenishing. That's our biology for you. It's nature. It's survival. And your body is only trying to protect you from what it thinks is in danger. And the longer the dieting goes on, the stronger that protection gets. This is why people often say, I was fine for the first few weeks and then it all went wrong. It didn't go wrong. Your biology just caught up. And here's the really important bit that almost nobody explains properly. When you stop dieting, your body doesn't instantly trust that food is plentiful again. It remembers. Hunger signals stay higher. Your body is more efficient at storing energy, and fat regain happens more easily before. And that is why people often regain weight faster than they lost it. Not because they've lost control, but because their body is trying to rebuild what it sees as lost. Protection. So straight away, dieting sets up a battle between you and your own biology, your own body, and biology usually wins. But not only that, let's talk about what dieting and the diet industry does to our heads. Because if you think about it, diets are always about rules. You've got good foods, you've got bad foods, you've got to be on plan, you've got to be off plan. And while that structure can feel reassuring at first, because it takes away the level of thinking you've got to do, it doesn't teach you how to live in the real world. It teaches you how to behave when everything is going well, when everything is perfect. But life isn't perfect. You get stressed. You get tired, you get emotional, Christmas comes around, your holidays come around, your kids are playing up, and when the rules slip, your own thinking slips with them. Damn it, I've blown it. Oh, there's no point now. I'll start again tomorrow, another day. Well, that all or nothing thinking is one of the most damaging things diets create. Because one biscuit becomes a bad day. A bad day becomes a bad week. And suddenly you're back where you started, feeling ashamed and out of control. And I'm sure most of you can relate to this. I know I can. Another thing that diets completely ignore is why people eat. Why do you and I actually eat? Because most overeating has got nothing to do with hunger. It's not because we're hungry. It's because we need comfort. We're stressed. It's a habit. We're lonely. It's some kind of a reward. We could just be absolutely exhausted. But diets don't help with any of those things. They tell you what to eat, but not how to cope. They tell you to be disciplined, but not how we manage our emotions without the food. So in the end, food becomes the problem and the coping mechanism all at the same time. That creates, I don't know, for me, it was guilt, secrecy. How many of us became secret eaters? And it also results in a very messy relationship with eating, with food. And then there's the time limit issue. Most diets have like an end point. You're going to lose this weight by 6 weeks or 12 weeks. Lose X weeks by the summer. But keeping it off, keeping your weight off if you do manage to lose it, never, ever ends. It's a lifetime challenge. So when the diet finishes, you're back in the same world with the same triggers, and you're now in a body that's more resistant to weight loss than before. And when the weight creeps back, people never blame the diet. We all just blame ourselves. I knew I wouldn't be able to do it. I always mess things up. There's no point in trying. Well, that belief, the way we talk to ourselves, that's more damaging than any meal could ever be. And the truth is, even here in the UK, medical understanding has moved on. The NHS now recognises that weight is influenced by biology, hormones, mental health, sleep, stress, trauma, medication, environment, not just food choices. But the diet industry has not caught up. It doesn't want to catch up. It will still sell us simple answers to complex problems, which is why weight loss surgery and the weight loss injections exist and why they can help. But they don't automatically fix everything. They change the body. They don't magically rewire habits, emotions, or identity. That work still needs support. And that's where most people are completely left on their own. And that's why I do what I do, because that's where I was. I'd lost all my weight and I was struggling to keep it off. But keeping weight off isn't about trying harder. It's about actually understanding what we're up against. It's about the awareness instead of the restriction. Skills instead of bloody rules. It's about living in the real world and not in a flipping diet bubble. So if diets haven't worked for you, please, please hear this. You are not broken. You weren't weak. You weren't failing. You were using tools that were never designed for lifelong support. And once you stop blaming yourself, you can finally start doing something that actually works. Because losing weight is one chapter. Keeping it off is another chapter. And you deserve support with both of those parts. Now, I've said all of this to you today in what I call layman's terms, because it's the way I understand things. But every single thing that I have said is a result of years and years of scientific and medical research. All that stuff about our biology and our brains and how it reacts to us putting our protection at risk has been proven. That's me, Mel Harris, finishing the episode for today. And if there's one thing I really want you to take away from this episode, it is that you are not a failure. You are being failed. Please don't beat yourself up over it. Have a look at the show notes, have a look at any of the resources you want to check out, and follow us on the website, keomethod.com. Don't forget you can follow me on social media. Give me your feedback. I love getting your feedback. And in the meantime, thank you very much for listening, and I'll see you next week.